live, but I know full well I've forgotten something already. I forgot the whole mic, so let's. And that's not even, it's not even come up yet, so that's absolutely fine. Let's pop this. Oh, like. Well, that works. Making, but the sound worked anyway. Hi. Hi. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late, people. So, yeah, I thought I'd start off like with a little introduction. The sound works, I've already said that. So I kind of like to start off with how I feel and link it to what is happening. So I've naturally been feeling like I've been going over how I would really like my relationships to be and how I'd like to experience life, basically. And that links in with like Venus, Mercury and the Sun all being in Sagittarius. It is the free-spirited energy, basically, the traveler, the one that expands. It's free-spirited, and that's basically what's been on my mind a lot. It's been like, man, how I'd like my life to be with relationships, with where I'd like to go, traveling. Like literally I'm kind of just laying it all out there, and that's how I've been feeling right now. I've started my flow, so my belly's hurting a bit, but other than that, like that's how I've naturally been feeling. So welcome everyone. For those who don't know, my name is Kelita, Sahliah, if you're new. If you're not, then welcome. And over here we look at the sky. So instead of just interpreting the sky from a circle chart, we look up at the sky and see exactly what's happening and pay attention to how you naturally feel. Okay, so as I said in the beginning, like me, I naturally just felt it's free-spirited. It's like my mind's just all over, just like, oh, I want to be free. This is what I'd like to do, where I'd like to go, where I'd love to travel, and all of that stuff. So this is the first week. Oh, next week, I'm giving a heads up as well. Next week, it is my son's birthday on the 5th of January. So that would be next week's live. So I won't be live, people. I'm not going to be live. It will be pre-recorded, but it's going to be an amazing pre-recorded video. So I'm just going to, you know, have fun with my son and not think like, oh, I got to go on live later. So it will be pre-recorded, but it's going to be interesting because throughout the year, I will be releasing decode. Oh, I got a new ring light because I've been, yeah, hopefully you can still see, but anyway, thank you. So I will be releasing, he will be turning 5. He'll be turning 5 next week for Thursday. So yeah, so I'll be releasing pre-recorded videos, and next week you'll get a taster. It's a nice age. You'll get a taster basically of what them pre-recorded videos will be, and then we'll go through the transits, because next week Mars is stationing direct, so it's going to be all about Mars, and it's going to be interesting. Like it's going to be interesting. I'm also super excited again, people. Here is this calendar. It's amazing because we are actually in the first week. I'm a little bit annoyed because the physical copy is not here yet, and there was a little bit of, let's see when it will be coming. Oh, did you? Yeah, there's a link in this, in the bio, which will take you straight there anyway. But if anyone types in just astrology transit calendar, and it looks like this, so it's blue, you'll recognize it. Make sure you put in transit calendar, because otherwise it's there for like astrology calendar, but it's a little bit lower. But yeah, it's amazing because basically next week we're going through it. So I was saying I'm a bit annoyed. The physical copy, I don't know where it's going to be, but I also recognize that I am literally breaking free from the matrix and time. And we all know the new year doesn't start in January. Like, it starts in spring when life springs back. But so I'm just going with the flow, like when it comes. When it comes, it comes, you know what I mean? But I'm amazed because we're basically in the first week of January now. Where is it? It's not, this isn't even put together, it's laminated. So we're going through the first week. That's what we're going to discuss from the 1st of January to the 31st of January. And that's what we're going through in this video. But we are going to touch on, as it will be a new month. It will be a new month. So we're going to touch on the numerology of the month as well. So we'll start with that, and then we'll get into, you changed your nappy. Then we'll get into the transits, basically. We'll get into the transits. So the numerology of this month, can you, yeah, this can be seen. The numerology of this month, we've basically got, I don't know if that can be seen too much, but to calculate the universal month, in numerology, you take the year and the month and add it together. So, of course, we've got a 2, and a 3, plus 1, which equals 8. But I am also taking into account, like, this number's a bit potent, but I am also taking into account that this could be plus 11, because December technically is the 10th month, so January would be number 11. So I am contemplating that as well. We're just looking at all angles here to get a general idea of the energy. That equals 9. So that would equal 9. But then it literally all depends on how you look at it, because if you don't class it being 2023 until spring, then that would still equate. That would be 222. Is it 222 plus 11? And then that would equate, what's that? 6, 7, 8? Yeah, it would equal 8. So it's like, regardless of which way you're looking at it, there's a lot of power in 8 and 9, essentially. So 8, when it comes to numerology, I see 8 as quite powerful, because I see as a not just the infinity symbol, not necessarily just the infinity symbol, but like a toroidal field, because in essence that's what number 8 can be in terms of energy. It's that toroidal field, that positive and negative flow going like that toroidal field, basically. In numerology, it represents a lot to do with money, either good wealth or not handling it so well. And 9 in essence represents completion, is finish, is the last number in the sequence. So it's around like endings and getting ready for beginnings, essentially. And it is, yeah, endings and beginnings. It's represented for like wisdom. Based on astrology, it's like 9th house, so that higher learning, that higher education type of thing. So yeah, in essence, how I'm seeing January numerology wise, it's kind of like there's endings there and beginnings, and also the opportunity for literally a new energetic signature. Like, that's how I read it. It's a new energetic signature appearing in that year. And of course, that energetic signature represents money as well, because money is just energy. It's an extension of you. So that energetic signature, what's it going to change to? So yeah, that is the numerology of now from my point of view and my lens. So let's get into the transits. Not much is happening this week. There is one luminary transiting constellations, and that is Venus. And the moon is also not moving a lot during this week neither. So I'm going to write them all out. So on the first, was it the first or the second? Yeah, see, it's on the calendar, people. So you got here the first transit. I don't know if you could see. See, so on the 2nd, which is a Monday, fueled by the moon. Venus is entering Capricorn. That's Capricorn's signature symbol. So obviously, because no one's got the calendar just yet, that's in Capricorn, and that's happening on the 2nd. And then also on the 2nd, the moon, can you see that? It's like it's really, on the 2nd anyway, the moon is also entering Taurus. And on the 5th, it's touching Gemini. It's touching Gemini. So what is all of this telling me? Also, these are the positions on the 1st of January. This is where all the luminaries will be, pretty much all in the same place as last week. But let's remember, we've got retrograde planets. Uranus is retrograding in Aries. Mars is retrograding in Taurus still. And we have Mercury retrograding in Sagittarius. And also, people, as well as like getting the calendar, get the app. Like, just download the app. It's free. There is a paid version where you can you just get more features, but it's free. Stellarium, that's what it's called. Just look up yourself and you can see I'm not just, pouring, like throwing this out of my mouth or my ass. It's literally happening in the sky. So yeah, so remember, with Mercury retrograding as well, Mercury is the it's the messenger. That's how I see it. It's the messenger, like the messenger of the gods, essentially. It's amazing because Mercury, when it retrogrades, or why it retrogrades, is because it doesn't dance too far from the sun. So it will move from the sun, but because it moves quicker, it's like, oh no, I need to come back, and it comes back to the soul, the source, and then it's like, okay, we go forward again. It goes and it comes back. So it just doesn't move too far from the sun. So that's why is it 3 to 4 retrogrades, I believe, every year? I think it's 4. There's about 4 retrogrades every year because it gets a bit ahead of the sun, and then it's God's messenger, isn't it? It's the messenger, and then it has to just come back and rethink things and go over. So it's a time essentially to just like slow down, to go over past thoughts. And when I say go over, you'd probably pay attention to what happens and what comes up in life, because essentially just thoughts or things that you've probably spoke about before literally just come back up, and you're like, oh, okay. And it's like time to address it now, essentially. And this slowing down gives that opportunity to do that. So yeah, and it's retrograding. And where is it retrograding? It's retrograding in free-spirited Sagittarius. So like, mainstream astrology is saying that it's retrograding in Capricorn. And I've done a little TikTok video about this, and it's like, I know some people might be like, oh well, what's the difference? But there's a difference vibrationally. Like, everything in our realm is mathematical, is on a mathematical basis. And having mainstream astrology being shifted by a few degrees literally shifts the whole calibration of our realm in terms of the frequency bandwidths, because we reside within them, which are the mathematical numbers. So this is why I'm just like, guys, come on. Not only that, but it goes even deeper. Like, the sky is, I know people are just like, oh, astrology kind of moves the markets and blah blah. It does, but not mainstream astrology. Is up there, like in terms of the powerful movements. It's all the manipulation that they do on the TV and all the nonsense they talk about, which is lies. That's what happens there. But in terms of like solid change, it's in the sky. And to say I don't see it clearly throughout this year would be a lie. But anyway, it's in Sag. Mercury is in Sag. So Mercury, it's how we communicate. It's like God's messenger. It's how we travel, because it rules travel as well. Money too, how we handle money, how we exchange money, is literally about communication here, however you communicate. So that being in Sag, you're slowing down, you're rethinking and going over all your ways, basically what it links to, but in the free-spirited way. So this is why, even when it comes to me personally, I have been thinking a lot about finances, of course, but in literally a more expansive way. And ideas and things are coming back to me, and I'm just like, okay, now it's just time to rethink it over. Not only that, but because like Venus is in there too, it's just like love. Like, how would you truly, in your free spirited self, how would you like to experience love and relationships? And that's come up a lot for me anyway. So yeah, that being in Sagittarius, it's like anticipate slowing down and rethinking over them things, and maybe even whatever you would like to do, it may appear in this season, because it's like, oh gosh, let me experience that. So pay attention. This was coming up for me anyway. I can only say for me. With Venus entering Capricorn, what this is telling me, Capricorn is like, I see it as the one that creates solid foundations, basically. It's just, it will keep going. But because it is half fish and half goat, is it goat or ram? In essence, it's like that balance, that like spiritual and water consciousness, as well as the material in the earth plane. So, oh gosh. Oh, my laptop's died. I should have put the charger in. I was literally looking at the charger, but you know what? It's fine. I don't need it. So, yeah, that's what I'm seeing that. And Venus entering Capricorn on the 2nd of January. In terms of Venus is obviously represents love, but I see it representing the material as well. So beyond just, oh, yeah, I love this person. It's just the material, what is happening in this realm, and it's touching into Capricorn. So solid foundations are coming up basically. And yeah, in terms of solid, no, look at this, my battery's died. So oh, that's come off. Can you lot see? No, I need to plug this in. I need to plug it in. Bear with me by like a couple minutes, because I should have just plugged it in the first place. I'll still talk because I'm just here. Ah! I should have just plugged in the thing. These things happen, don't they? It happens. Is it coming on or no? Oh. There we go. There we go. I'm sorry, people. One person, I'm so sorry. The light come off and it was just too dark. It was plugged into my laptop. But yeah, essentially I'm seeing whilst our mind, our thought process, Mercury is slowing down in how it would like to expand and truly like, yeah, this is the direction I want to go in. Sagittarius being that, like, you know, it's got the arrow in it, the centurion. It's like, yes, we're going in that direction. The focus. What's what? Sorry. Just now I see I'm not quite. Oh, you see me now. I'll turn the light on. The light was off, but yeah, so whilst our mind, our thought process essentially is in Sag, the way how we'd like to experience the material is touching in Capricorn. So it's like, though our mind and our communication, our travel, it's in that expansive zone, we are touching into solidifying this. So this is why when I said like 2023 is an transformative year, and I'm sure you've probably seen, if you're on YouTube and stuff, you've seen many people talking about it like from different angles, but I literally see it from the angle of the sky. Like, it is a transformative year. And yeah, pay attention to what comes up, because again, however this energy goes for you personally is getting ready to create and set those solid foundations. Like, it's coming through. If you're thinking things are a little bit slow, it's moving up. Like 3 planets, give you a sneak peek into Jan, 3 planets are going direct in January. So like, things are slowly picking up speed. Now with the moon being on the 2nd in Taurus. Oh, and oh, look at this. You see, this is how I like how things just match up, because Capricorn is an earth sign, and Venus representing obviously the material of this realm, the pleasures, blah blah blah, love, and the moon, the mover of our emotions now. So the moon, I see the moon as the mover of our emotions. It regulates our emotions, and it gets them moving in the direction our soul, the source, which is in Sagittarius right now, the sun, wants to attract things to them, basically. So we attract things through our ego, and we operate through our ego, and that operates through whatever star constellation it's in, which currently right now it's Sagittarius. So in essence, the moon then moves our emotions to then attract them experiences to us. Okay, so the moon, being the mover of our emotions, is transiting into Taurus the same day Venus enters Capricorn, both of them being an earth sign. And especially with Taurus being like known to fuel the second house. Again, it's fueled by Venus as well, so even more powerful. I don't do what are they called, like sextiles, and what are they called? I don't do them. In essence, I'm just like, I don't know if it's square in a planet or trine in a planet. Pay attention to how you feel. Do you feel that that the energy you're in, is it currently challenging, or is it currently easy? Just go with that. Go with that until you know more, basically. But yeah, I'm liking how that's in Taurus. It complements, and this is why I love looking at the sky, because literally the dance of the luminaries complement each other, and it supports you. Like, it supports you. So the move of your emotions is going to be in Taurus. So it's going to a full moon. So it's lighting up the place, meaning it will become more clear where to move these emotions to. Like, you can literally trust more your intuition. It's lighting up the place, basically. And that's in Taurus. So how you'd like the material to be, as that's Venus has gone into Capricorn, things will become more clear, especially because you're still in that expansive operating space. So how you would like your expansive lifestyle to be, how you'd like to expand, is gonna get clear and begin to set its solid foundations, basically. Oh, this is exciting. And then as it moves into Gemini, the mover of our emotions, touching Gemini, it's fueled by Mercury. So again, and because that is slowing down, that's like, oh, how can I put it? Yes, it's just slowing down. Pay attention to what you're feeling and thinking. Pay attention to what you're feeling and thinking. You may be even more chatty during the 5th of Jan, maybe a chatty time, because Gemini likes to chat to, when they're ready. It's fueled by Mercury. So a lot of communication, and it may still be about that expansive mind, in essence, maybe about that expansive mind. So yeah, essentially that is it. Bear in mind as well, Lilith is still in Leo, so when it comes to like, this is truly who I am, and your heart, it may still be a bit challenging to kind of get out there. So just pay attention to that. Fortune is in Libra still, so remember, you're going to be fortunate making balance in your relationship and bringing out whatever you see into your head, bringing it out into the plane of existence. But yeah, so essentially that is it. I'm seeing like a clear start of 2023. I'm not saying the new year, because it's not the new year, but a clear start of 2023 when that begins. The first week of January, I feel by the end of it, it would be clear, even more clear, like, okay, this is how life's really setting up right now. I'm seeing the structure being built, essentially. But let's come back now, while we kind of close this down. Let's come back to now and the present moment, and for the rest of this week. So the moon right now is in Pisces. It's in Pisces, and I spoke a lot about it in last week's video, with the whole hiatus dip and the big transformation. So that is coming tomorrow, people. It's coming tomorrow. So yeah, be prepared for this final alchemization, would I say, this alchemization of energy, this alchemization of becoming the version of you intend to be in the future. Like, it's Saturday. It's Saturday. We're in the Pisces moon. That's the balance of energy, how I see it. It's going through that water balance. We're going to dip into hiatus. We're going to alchemize that energy quite naturally through our emotions. And then we're going through the balance of energy again when the moon goes back into Pisces. But I spoke enough about it last week. But yeah, it is in the process, and it's going to begin tomorrow. So just be prepared to alchemize yourself. Be prepared to alchemize yourself. It's going to be interesting though. Just pay attention to what comes up. Like, I feel this is all learning in a new way again. It's literally, okay, this is where the light luminaries are at. What has happened in my life? So yeah, that is it. Essentially, I'm seeing for the whole month a new energetic frequency with the numerology being 8, with 9 also being in there. I'm seeing endings and beginnings, with Capricorn constellation being illuminated. I'm seeing solid foundations coming up or peeping its head. But yeah, there's gonna be some really amazing dates coming up as well, like to pay attention to. And I don't know, I'll get that out in January, but basically we're gonna have a period in between spring to summer, basically, where it's going to give you a little taste of what is going to be essentially for the next decade and a bit. So when I tell you this year is a transformative year, 2023, I'm not kidding. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm really not. And it's kind of clear. We're kind of seeing in it. We're looking ahead of time. So long as we just make use of the energies when we can and do our best. You know what I mean? We just do our best and follow the natural energies. If you've been really feeling like, yeah, it's time to transform, it's coming. Trust me, it's coming, and things are changing, and nature is in alignment with this and is supporting us. So yeah, if anything in this video made any sense, or if it was helpful at all, please give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you get the calendar. The physical one, like I said, is not available yet. There's a little hiccup, but the digital one is available. There's a little hiccup, but the digital one is available. But if you would like the physical, that's fine too. Just wait and just keep showing up to these, and we'll go. That's fine too. Just wait and just keep showing up to these, and we'll go through it. When the physical one's available, trust me, you will know. You will know. I do have a new TikTok. Remember, people, my old one I've got no access to. So if you'd like to find me on TikTok again, the link is down below. But it's literally my same name, but I've got number 8 at the end for a new energetic signature, because 8 represents a toroidal field. Oh, and people, make sure you stick around, you know, for like the decoded videos, because trust me, you're going to see so many things in a different light. That's just like, wow, we're literally going to, my aim for 2023 is to synchronize all of the information. So we're looking at numerology, we're looking at symbology, we're looking at gematria, we're looking at so many things to get the synchronization of it. Because synchronization isn't just about seeing repetitive angel numbers or anything like that. It's like all of the information can you, what you've experienced and gone through, whether that's religion, or your whole life, can you sync that information together to empower you, or would I say literally to empower your energetic frequency, basically. So that's what it is. So we're literally looking at every aspect and we're synchronizing them to empower us. Okay, we're generating our own power right now from a quantum lens. I like to see things deeply. But anyway, that is it. Remember, get your calendars. I do hope it helped. If it did, please, a thumbs up. So I need help, people. I need help. So please give me a thumbs up to help the algorithm. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Angel out. Bye.